what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode and the second episode of The Food Dude. Today we got a great show for you. We're getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be the Broncos versus the Panthers. I don't know who you're going for. I'm going for the Raiders. Anyway, here's what we got for you today. We got hot wings. We got some awesome Super Bowl super nachos. And we're going to make some stuffed jalapenos. And of course, you can't have a Super Bowl party without some drinks. So, stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Yeah. I'm on a hustle, I'm on the grind. Everything I see, I make it mine.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Alright, so before we get to cooking, we gotta have something to drink. So what we're gonna make is some sangria. I know it's supposed to be wintertime, but it's Texas, so you know it's 75 outside right now. Why not have something refreshing and pretend it's spring, right? The first thing you want to do is you want to get yourself a cheap bottle of wine or an expensive bottle. I don't know your taste. I went cheap right here from Walmart. I got the big jug because, you know, Super Bowl party, you're gonna have more than just a couple people. This is about 2 bottles of wine. You can pour it right into your pitcher. Make a big mess, you know. No big deal. Get that stuff poured in there. Look at that movie magic. Stuff's in the jug now. Alright. So put our bottle off to the side. Next thing you're gonna need a cup of brandy, a cup of triple sec for each bottle of wine that you use. I use 2 bottles, so I'm gonna need 2 cups of each. Got my handy measuring cup here. Boom, 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 boom. 1 cup. Smell that citrus flavor from that triple sec. This is gonna be good. 2 cups. Cheap brandy. I used to drink this stuff all the time when I was in the army. Old Paul Masson or Paul Mason. I like to say Masson because it sounds classy. Alright, get that blended up. Next thing you need is your fruit. Can't have sangria without fruit. Like that little trick, make it look fancy. Throw it in the sink, get it out of here. Alright, we got some pineapple, we got some cherries. You can pit the cherries if you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to kind of cut them open a little bit, star them, so that when they get in there, they can get that nice juice out. If you want to pit them, it's no big deal, go for it. I'm going to take it, squeeze them in here a little bit. Like I said, I want to get the juice. I'm going to take the bits out of there. Bam. Get them squeezed. Get them squeezed. Alright, throw a couple more cherries in there, squeeze them. The hands are going to look a little red, but it's alright. It's all going to be red in a minute. Get your pineapple in there. Nice, refreshing drink. And then, of course, you're going to save a couple off to the side to garnish the glass with. That was gone forever. Now, cut up some apple. I just bought a little bag of red apples. Nothing fancy. Cut down here and get the seeds out of them. It's easy to do that to get the seeds out of. Get your apples cut up. They don't have to be perfect. You're not trying to win a competition. You're trying to get people something to drink, right? Right. So, go. Apples cut up. By the way, I've pre-washed all of this before the show. So I'm like, oh, this is good. Even if I would, I appreciate it. Alcohol kills it. Alright, so put that in there, and that's pretty much your sangria. Mix it up, add some ice, and let it sit for a little bit. There you have it. You have a whole pitcher of sangria. Set that off to the side. The longer you let it set, the better it's going to taste. I mean, don't let it set for a week or anything, but a couple hours is fine. That way all the flavors have time to marinate and kind of be best friends. Throw this in our fridge. Alright, now that we got the drinks out of the way, let's get into some food. Right. We're going to make our hot wings. First thing you got to do is you got to get your chicken cooked. Went ahead and went to Walmart, bought some chicken wings. Chicken wings, because, you know, why be lazy if you don't have to be. Take these things out. It's real simple. Get you a nice sharp knife. Cut right along the edge. Boom, done. Right? Throw them in here. And pretty much get ready to go. Cut a couple more up. Said it doesn't take long. You find that little joint here. The best way to do it, cut right through the skin. Right down here on this joint where the bone and the wing piece connect. and you're good to go. Some people like to take these pieces off, but that takes a little bit of extra time. Doesn't take long. If you want to do it, same principle. Find where the joint is, cut it. Perfect hot wings. Alright, so we're going to go to break while I get this ready to go in the oven. We'll see you guys in a few.
Ken's Pizza in Athens, sponsor of EOTC for 2 years. For delivery or catering, call 903-675-8507. Some of the best pizza in town. Don't miss out on Wing Wednesday from 5 to 8 with special prices on bone-in or bone-out. Don't forget about the award-winning salad bar and the awesome buffet, Monday through Sunday, 11 to 2 and 4:30 to 8. Stop on by at 505 South Palestine Street in Athens.
Alright guys, now that we're finished chopping up all this chicken, we're going to add a little bit of salt. Just kind of across the top. Because you don't want to just have bland chicken and then throw sauce on it. Because then when the sauce is gone, the chicken's not going to taste like anything. So I put some salt on there, be generous with it. It doesn't matter however much salt you want. Everything's seasoned to taste here. Putting some garlic powder on there. Ooh, look at it coming out. And some black pepper. Put some black pepper on it. I like black pepper and I like garlic. If you like other spices, if you want to put some onion on it or whatever, go for it. This is just what I do, classic, standard, salt, pepper, and garlic. Alright, we got our oven preheated. Got a little oil in the pan. Keep everything from sticking. Got it set to 350 right now. We're just going to throw these in here and forget about them for a little while. Let them get to cooking. Alright, while those are cooking, we're going to go ahead and cook the meat parts for our Super Bowl Super Nachos. What you're going to need for the Super Bowl Super Nachos is pretty simple. 3 kinds of Doritos. Whatever favorite flavor is, grab it. You're going to need beef. You're going to need chicken. You're going to need pork. This is some pork from a pot roast that I made the other day. So, you know, we're just going to use it. Why not? Why let it go to waste? Alright, so let's go ahead and start with our beef. Let's get our beef cooking. I got here carne picada. It's just kind of like, almost like fajita meat, except for it's already cut up. It's like the ends and pieces of other meat that you can use in Mexican dishes. It's not anything crazy. It's already cut up and cubed. It's a lot of fat, but a lot of flavor. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put it in our skillet, our cast iron skillet, because like I said before, it's the best thing to cook on. Go ahead and get this thing heating up. Got it on medium to medium-high heat. While it does that, we'll go back over here and season up our beef. Alright guys, now we're going to season up our beef. We're not going to use all of this. I'm going to put some of it up and cook it again later. Just throw however much you really think you're going to want for your nachos in there. I'm going to use a little more than half. Alright, throw it in. Why not? This piece wanted to go too. A little pepper. I'm going to use this in because I like pepper. Wow. Put a little pepper in there. Put a little salt. Put some garlic. A little bit of chili powder. Put some spice. Minced onion. All this stuff is just simple recipes. Whatever you got in your cabinet. Of course, cumin. Cumin, comino, whatever anybody wants to call it, it doesn't matter. It's all the same flavor. Alright. I always toss a little olive oil in there. Just kind of give it something to stick to. Alright? Not a whole lot, just a little bit. I use the extra light olive oil. It doesn't have that flavor that most olive oil has. So take that and we're going to stir it up. Get the flavors all over everything here instead of just on the top layer. You know, you don't want to just have one top layer of meat with seasoning and then everything else just tastes like meat. Alright, so now that our pan's all good and hot, let's go throw this in there. Throw it in. Let that cook down. Once the meat's brown, I'm going to add in some cilantro, fresh onion, and get it tasting a lot like taco meat. So use whatever your favorite taco recipe is. Because again, we're making nachos. Alright, let's get this stuff browned up here. Now you just want to brown it. You don't want to cook it too much because this is going to go back in the oven. All right, guys, we're going to turn the heat down just a little bit. Let this continue to brown. We're going to go back over to our cutting board and get these vegetables ready. Got my cilantro here. Use a little or a lot. I prefer a lot. And then get it chopped up a little bit. And with this, you know, I love cilantro, but it has a really strong flavor. It's overpowering for some people. One of my best friends, actually, he doesn't like cilantro. He thinks a little bit goes a long way. He'll use just maybe a third or a fourth of this for an entire pot of taco meat. But me, I love this stuff. I can eat it by itself. Throw it down in there. Let it cook. So I can get those flavors into the meat. Alright guys, we've got our meat over there simmering and it's in the juices and the garlic, letting it kind of infuse into the meat. So we're going to go ahead and get our chicken ready. Move all of this stuff out of the way. We're going to throw this here on the old cutting board. We're going to cube it up. I like to take these little side pieces off. Get some of this fat off of here. We're cooking with oil, so you don't really need all this fat in there. These nachos are going to be fantastic enough as it is. Alright. I'm no professional butcher here, but I lay my big chunks of chicken like this on the side. Cut them in half, kind of fillet them open. And then you just do what they call a rustic cut. Get some good, nice chunks of chicken. Cut them up. And these are going to go on the nachos as well. Once you get all this chicken chopped up, we're going to take it to the skillet. Alright, we've got our chicken all cut up. Now we're going to add our seasoning. Of course, salt, pepper. That's a lot of pepper, but it's alright. A little heavy-handed sometimes. People still eat my food for some reason, I don't know. Onion powder, a little chili powder, a little cumin. A lot of garlic, because you know, garlic keeps vampires away. Besides, who wants to kiss someone with fresh breath? Garlic tastes better. Alright. Secret ingredient. Fresh squoze lime juice from a bottle. Look at this. Totally fresh squeezing it. Alright. We're going to toss that around. Get the flavors all on there. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to take it over to our skillet. Let's go. So we got our skillet over here with some olive oil. Just gonna throw our meat in there. Get the meat all hot. We didn't have to beat it on this episode. We're just cooking it. All right, let's go back to the sink and wash. All right, this is a secret ingredient. I learned this from some people that I used to work with. This apparently is the greatest thing ever on Mexican food, and they weren't lying. Tajin or Tayin. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. So I'm gonna say it like white, really white. Cajun, like Cajun, but with a T. All right, sprinkle a little bit of that on there. You don't need a whole lot. A little bit goes a long way. Let's get this stuff a cooking. Look at our meat here, it's looking nice, crispy. Throw it in there. Bye. Turn that off because it is done. I'm going to set it back here. Give it a little time to rest. Why not use your favorite burner? Everyone has a favorite burner, right? This is mine, the big one. Everyone uses the big burner. I don't even know why they put little ones on these things. Alright, so let's get our chicken cooking. We'll come back and check on that in just a second. Alright guys, while we were on break, went ahead and finished cooking up this chicken. Starting to get there. Yeah, it's some big chunks, but you know, we're going to have a big thing of nachos, and we want the little dainty pieces. Alright, let's let that continue to simmer. Now we're going to get our pork ready. Got leftover pork. Say we don't want to waste anything, so we're going to throw that in there. I got a dog, she'll eat what I drop. Alright. then we're gonna cheat. I was gonna make barbecue sauce, but you know, who has time for that? Sweet Baby Ray's it is. Squeeze it on in there. Barbecue pulled pork. Get something stirred up with here. We're gonna let that cook down. Add a little bit of water to it. That way it has something to hold on to besides just being thick molasses. You want to kind of cook that meat down. Warm it up and make it to where you can spread it across your nachos. We got all of our meats cooking and almost cooked. Soon, the Super Bowl Super Nachos will be in the oven. Alright guys, now we're getting down to the good stuff. The stuffed peppers. These seem to be everyone's favorite every time because everyone around here likes to eat spicy foods, which is probably why we have about 14,000 Mexican food restaurants in Athens alone. Alright, what you're going to need for these: jalapenos, grated Parmesan cheese. Right here, we got some grated Parmesan cheese and some cream cheese. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Drop it in a bowl. Bloop. Throw some Parmesan cheese in there. Mix it all up. And start smashing it. Alright, now that you got this all blended together, you're going to want to season it. But before we do that, I'll show you guys something pretty cool. Green onions. You buy these things, I buy them all the time at Walmart, and one day I noticed they have these little roots on the bottom. I figured, hey, why don't I just plant them? Looked on Google, and apparently you can just stick them in a cup of water in the windowsill and they'll grow back. After about 2 or 3 times they lose the nutrients because they're not in soil, so eventually you're going to have to buy more, but for now, why not use these? Alright, chop up some green onion here. We're going to throw that into our mixture. Alright, got our green onions chopped. Now I do have someone here that doesn't necessarily like onion, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a few just for her without it. It's not a necessary part for the filling. Just makes it taste better. But you know, some people don't know what's good. Smear that stuff in there. Put a little or a lot, depending on how much you make. Throw them in a nice oil pan. Two, and everyone's getting 3 tonight, so these are the only ones we're going to do without the onions. And 3. Now we can add the good stuff. Okay, now that we've added our green onion, go ahead and make the rest of these bad boys up. Ooh, this one's going to be mine. Look at that. How much stuff's going in that one. As the cook, you know, you get to see what the best stuff is and save it for yourself. Throw that in there. Just so you know, if you invite me to come cook at your house, I will get the big steak. Alright, got a couple of peppers here. I went ahead and intentionally left these off so I can cut them for you. Hold them wherever they're comfortable. Slice them down the middle. Try not to cut your finger off. It's twice now, so you gotta be careful with sharp knives, children. Get a spoon. Start at the bottom and go against the grain, trying not to break the outside of your jalapeno, and get those seeds right out of there. Leave a nice hollow shell for more filling. Get over here, scoop up some filling. Bam, now you're a professional. Alright guys, now that we've got everything prepped up and ready, we went ahead and added some dried salami to the top of this, some peppered dry salami. And it's going to just add that saltiness and that crunch that you really want on your food. So we're going to pop those in the oven in just a few minutes. Our chicken's just about done, so we need to get ready to make our sauce. So, you're going to need some butter, about 2 tablespoons. I'm using margarine. I don't have 2 sticks of butter right now. Butter really just adds the binding agent so that it'll stick to the wings better. So let's go over here to our oven, get this stuff melting. A lot of people are in a hurry whenever they go to cook anything with butter, because I mean butter's awesome. Who doesn't want to hurry up and get that inside of their mouth, right? All right. So you don't want to do that because you can burn the butter. You want to cook it kind of slow and low, and just let it heat up. It needs to melt and be yellow. If it's any other color besides white or yellow, you've burned it, and you're just going to get this real smoky, kind of nasty taste to your butter. It's got a very low burn point. So just keep this, kind of keep an eye on it. Get our butter nice and melted. Alright guys, we got our honey, we got our sriracha. We're just going to dump them in here. Now, if you want sweeter wings, add more honey. If you want spicier wings, add more sriracha. So we're just going to add it in there. Good amount. Go ahead and just get some good amount of sriracha. And some honey. You don't want to use too much honey, but you want to use enough. Alright. Turn the heat up. Stir this all together. And let that simmer for just a few minutes. We might need to make a little bit more. We got quite a few wings in the oven. Which, by the way, those things are looking good. They're about ready to come out. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more here. Might end up using the whole bottle. Let's just do it. If we got extra, we got extra. I got more wings. Who don't like hot wings? Now I'm not going to sit here and squeeze the bottle, so we're going to dump it. Yeah. Movie magic. Stir that up. You know, one of my favorite things when I was a kid was peanut butter and honey sandwiches. That is so good. Now I have honey, I'm probably going to be eating that like the rest of the week. Because I only cook when I'm on camera. I don't cook unless there's a camera, people. Alright. Once you start seeing some bubbles in your sauce, you know it's good and you're ready to go. Oh, it smells so good. While we let that cook, let's check on our wings. See what we got in here. Oh yeah, those are looking good. Nice and done. Bring these over here to our cutting board. You don't want to set them directly on the countertop, it'll burn it up. Alright. Give those a little bit of time to cool. Take your spatula and kind of get them off the bottom of the pan here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put these in the oven. Throw them in on the bottom rack because you're going to need your top rack for the nachos. Sauce is coming together just fine. It's going to be real good. I'm so ready to eat, guys. Alright. Now we gave our chicken wings a little bit of time to cool off. We broke them loose from the bottom of the pan, which really wasn't too hard of a deal because we used non-stick pan and we oiled them basically. Little secret here. Put a little lime juice on them after you're done. Fresh squeezed limes, of course, obviously. This lime has the most juice ever. It's fantastic. Alright, so we're going to do these a little bit at a time. Throw them in here. Still a little hot, so throw them up in here. And then we're going to pour our sauce in and toss them around. Get them good and saucy. Dump our sauce in the bowl. Alright, toss these around. Oh, those look so good. We're just going to put them on this plate. So while we do this, we got our jalapenos in the oven. Now we're about to get ready to make the nachos. All of our meats are cooked. The chicken, which takes the longest, is done. All that's left is to do the good stuff. Alright guys, now the part we've all been waiting for. The actual building of the Super Bowl Super Nachos. Take your Doritos. We're going to put these things in 3 different sections. I mean, if you're crazy, if you're a crazy person, you can mix them all together, but I mean, I'm not like that. Some people, however, just want to watch the little burn. And then nacho cheese. Bam! Think that's going to be enough? Yeah, that'll be enough. Okay. Now that you got these on here, go over here and get our beans. I didn't make the beans on camera because these things are just so simple. You buy a little bag of beans at Walmart. They cost like 80 cents. Add water, cook them. It's done. Alright, now we're going to put our beans on here. The cool thing about these beans coming in the bag is you can make them as thick or as thin as you want. For nachos, you know, you want them kind of thin. You don't want them super thick because you want to be able to spread them around. Got my dog in here. I'm not going to feed her beans. She'll be way too stinky. Alright. Got the beans on. Let's see. Finish this out. Now we're going to get the good stuff. We're going to get some cheese. Then we're going to get some meat. Then we're going to get some more cheese. And we're going to get some more meat. It's going to be awesome. Alright. We got 3 kinds of cheese to go with 3 kinds of nachos. I got this Velveeta stuff because it melts really good, like queso. Like when you get queso at a restaurant. I know cheese is queso. Don't yell at me. Again, I don't speak Spanish. Alright. We'll put this on the bottom layer. That way you get that really creamy cheese on the bottom. Throw a handful of 2 or 3 or all of it. I don't care how much you use. It's your nachos. I'm using all of it. Oh. Okay. Next step. Meat. Alright. We're going to throw our pork on there. I like to put pork on the first layer. We're going to dig in there with our hands. Who cares? Alright. Hands are clean. Throw some pork on these boys. Look at that. Saucy. Delicious. It's like making a pizza. But better because it's freaking nachos. That's going to be a quiz at the bottom or a question. What do you prefer, pizza or nachos? If you say pizza, you're fired. You're un-American. Everyone knows nachos were made in America. For Americans with American food. Alright. More cheese. Next we got shredded mozzarella. Cover that bad boy up. Again, use however much you want. You don't have to use it all. And we're going to get more meat. Our beef over here. Now it's up to you which order you put these in. I'm going to put chicken in first. So, put the chicken on. Spread it around. By the way, this chicken is so good. Guys, I can't wait to eat it. I've been snacking on it. You're lucky I made so much. Okay. Chicken. Chicken. Boom. And last but not least, sharp cheddar. Bam. These suckers are going to be so fantastic. Okay. Cheese. Just a little bit. You know, oops. It's time for so much cheese. If you still have arteries that work after this, you made it wrong. Okay. Beef. Because that's what's for dinner. Look at that. Oh, chicken. You sneaky buzzards. You got in there with the beef. It's alright. I'm still gonna eat you. Look at that. And of course, one more layer of cheese. Just enough to hold it all together. Now guys, I don't want you to sit here and think, man, he never makes anything healthy. Because when this is done, I'm putting a salad on top. Alright, let's carry this heavy monster to the oven. Let's see. It's probably a good 5 pounds of awesomeness. Look at this piece right here. That's mine. It's so good. Throw that in there. Oh, those peppers are looking good. Alright guys, let's go get our nachos out of the oven. All you wanted to do is really was heat everything back up and melt that cheese. Oh. Now, like I said, we're putting a salad on top of this. I've got baby kale, cilantro, tomatoes, avocado. What I like to do is I like to cube up the avocado. Real easy way to do it. Slice it inside the shell. Just like that. And then whenever you get your spoon, you dig it out of there, it comes out in cubes. Look at that. Go ahead and get this last one done up. Oh, you hear those peppers? Sound good. You can hear how delicious they sound. Alright, get these out of here. I like to add a little hot sauce to this stuff. I always keep about 3 or 4 different types of Tabasco, srirachas, you know, whatever around because I like spicy stuff. I got this Valentina right here. It's one of my favorites. I don't even know if it's open. Oh no, it's not. Just bought it. All right, just gonna pour a little on there, right on the cutting board. Just enough to kind of add some extra flavor to this avocado. Alright, so toss that around. Let's throw some cilantro on it. Boom. Throw some avocado on it. Bam. The rest of it on there. Avocado. Ooh. That's avocado. Oh my goodness, that looks good. Alright, put the baby kale. Look at that salad, guys. Told you we're getting healthy today. I got my partner over here, Mickey. She's helping me. Everything I drop, she's just eating up, so. Alright, we got our tomatoes. There you go. There you have it. Super Bowl Super Nachos, guys. Alright, so we got our Super Bowl Super Nachos. We've got our honey sriracha hot wings. Let's go get our poppers out of the oven. I guess you can't really call them poppers because they're not fried and gigantic. They're just melty and gooey and delicious. Alright. Take these out. I like to add a little bit of finishing salt to them just to kind of bring that flavor out across the top. So, let me grab my salt. It's somewhere. I believe that is not salt, so pause. Salt. Just a little bit to finish it off. Not a whole lot. There you have it, guys. You're ready for the Super Bowl. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Our sangria. Go ahead and mix that up again. I got a spoon somewhere. Let's get ourselves a glass. Get your little fancy wine glass out here. Make sure it's good and mixed up. Nice and chilled. Boom. There you have it. Super Bowl Super Nachos. Sriracha honey wings, stuffed peppers, and sangria. See you next time.